الله أكبر الله أكبر.
The sun beats down relentlessly on the burning sands of Arabia, where only the strong survive. A man walks here, not as a free soul, but as a slave. His name is Bilal Ibn Rabah, and this is the beginning of a story that will echo throughout history. Born in Ethiopia, far from this desert land, Bilal was captured and forced into slavery, his life no longer his own. But within him, something burns brighter than the sun: faith. His journey is not just a fight for freedom, but for his soul. Bilal's life in Mecca was filled with hardship, suffering under the cruelty of his masters. The harsh desert heat and the weight of the chains were nothing compared to the torment he endured, being treated as less than human, his spirit crushed under the burden of oppression. Yet, even in the darkest moments, Bilal held on to something stronger than his chains, a glimmer of hope, a desire for freedom that could never be extinguished. In the thriving city of Mecca, a bustling hub of trade and culture, Bilal was nothing more than a servant to his cruel master. The marketplace was where he spent his days, enduring hard labor and humiliation. He had no rights, no voice, no future. His body was treated like property, bought and sold at the whims of his masters, who saw him as a tool for their benefit. And yet, Bilal's soul remained untouched by the weight of his oppression. Though shackled in body, Bilal's spirit remained unbroken. He would look around him at the merchants and the powerful men of Mecca, and though his own fate seemed sealed, he couldn't help but dream of something more. But what was that something? What could possibly offer him hope when he had no voice in the world? Everything changed the day Bilal heard whispers in the streets of Mecca. Whispers of a man named Muhammad, who spoke of a God that was one, who treated all people equally, regardless of their status, race, or wealth. It was a message of liberation, of freedom for the oppressed, and equality for the downtrodden. The words Bilal heard sparked a fire within him, a fire that would ignite his soul and lead him to embrace something greater than himself. This was no ordinary message. This was a message that saw beyond the physical chains that bound Bilal. This was a message that offered him a chance to break free, not just from his chains, but from the shackles of society's prejudice and hatred. In the teachings of Islam, Bilal found the courage to hope again. He saw the possibility of a world where the color of his skin didn't define him, where he could be treated as an equal, not a slave. One day, Bilal's heart could bear the weight no longer. He had heard enough. He was ready to accept the truth. Bilal took the bold step to embrace Islam, declaring his belief in the one God and the message of his prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. This was the moment of transformation. No longer would Bilal be a slave to the powers of this world. He was now a servant of God, and his soul was free. In the face of oppression, Bilal stood firm, not because he had strength in his body, but because he had strength in his heart and soul. With his declaration of faith, Bilal stepped into a new world, a world where his worth was not defined by his chains but by his belief in the one Creator. But Bilal's declaration came at a heavy price. His master, enraged by his refusal to renounce Islam, subjected him to brutal torture. Day after day, Bilal was dragged across the burning desert sand, his body scorched by the heat, his skin torn by the cruel lashes. His cries echoed in the air, but one word always rose above the pain: Ahad, Ahad, one, one. Through the cruelest torture, Bilal refused to bow to his tormentors. Every lash, every burning step only strengthened his resolve. His heart was not theirs to break. His faith was stronger than the chains that held his body. Ahad, Ahad. The one God kept him steady. Bilal's suffering did not go unnoticed. Abu Bakr, a loyal companion of the Prophet, saw the injustice and took action. He offered to purchase Bilal's freedom, and with that, a bond of brotherhood was forged. Bilal was freed, but it was not just a physical freedom, it was a spiritual liberation. Bilal was no longer bound by chains, but more importantly, He was no longer bound by the prejudices and hatred of the world around him. He was free to walk the path of righteousness, no longer a slave to men but a servant of the one true God. Bilal's freedom was not just a personal victory, it was a victory for all of humanity. His voice, strong and clear, became the first to call the adhan.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.
The call to prayer. From that moment on, every call to prayer echoed the message of equality and unity that Islam had brought into the world. Bilal's legacy is eternal. His story is a testament to the power of faith, resilience, and equality. Today, his voice echoes through mosques around the world, uniting believers in prayer. His example continues to inspire people of all races, backgrounds, and cultures. Bilal's story transcends time and place. It's a story of overcoming oppression and injustice, of finding freedom in faith. His message is clear: no matter who you are, no matter where you come from, we are all equal in the eyes of the one God. Bilal Ibn Rabah's story is a story of struggle, but it is also one of hope. His legacy lives on in every call to prayer, in every heart that seeks justice, equality, and freedom. May we all be inspired by his unwavering faith and strength. If Bilal's story touched you, remember to like, share, and subscribe. Let his message of unity and faith resonate across the world. If you enjoyed the story, please like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring stories.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allah.